Yo, what's good, chat? What's up? Hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. What's up? What's up? Hello, chat. Hello. Did I start on YouTube? I did, I think. Let me double check. What's up, YouTube frogs? What's up, Jack? What's up, Darkwing? What's up, Rebchan? What's up, Steph Bear? What's up, Hamoud? What's up, Arsenal? What's up, chat? Minna Kitty, Wind Waker music? You know it. It's the best. What's up, Taker? What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream, everyone. Welcome back. Do you listen to music on Spotify? Yeah, what we usually do, chat, in case you're wondering why you guys get a different experience, so the YouTube frogs, they get to skip the ads, but they do miss the music, and I do DJ basically all the streams. And the way it works is I run it on Spotify, and there's like a nice little trick where basically the music you run on Spotify doesn't get sent to one of the audio tracks. So then it goes to YouTube. Like YouTube basically gets all of my audio but my Spotify audio. It's like a separate audio. They have a feature loseless sound. I don't know what that is. Listen, guys, I'm sure there's any number of like ways to like optimize video and sound and stuff that I don't do. But you guys have to remember that everything is just compressed and then thrown into fucking Twitch or YouTube. Listen, if you're an audiophile, if you are coming to my stream to listen to high quality audio, like that's just not gonna like go get your record player, man. What's up, CGVK? What's up, Kid and Plays? What's up, chat? Hello. If you want loseless audio, it's just pure high fidelity CD. Yeah, guys, it's not gonna. That's not gonna do anything for this stream. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If you guys think that some minor audio optimization is going to make it so the music sounds better on the Twitch stream that you watch, that's insane. Saw on TikTok, popular topic, people saying anime is or isn't political. What's your take, Blau? My take is that I think a lot of people think anime is way more political than it is. And then there's also a lot of people who think that it's not political when it actually is. And that's my middle ground take. The reality of it is, Chaz, like all media has political influence. I mean, like Star Wars was heavily influenced by the Vietnam War, I think. Right? Like a lot of writing, media, culture, etc. It's just influenced by human life. Therefore, it is influenced by politics. You can see political references in any number of things. And it doesn't have to be as overt as like BioShock's references to, critiques of like Ayn Rand's libertarianism, right? Like, so the question, I think it was like, the question is One Piece political, was like the thing I kept seeing on TikTok. Like, sure, there's probably some political influence in One Piece. I bet you this, and this is like the take that's going to piss off everyone. The people who want to say that One Piece is political are way overestimating how political it is. And then the people who say there are no politics in One Piece are also wrong when it's like, no, there actually is political influence in One Piece. Also, yeah, a lot of anime is usually from a Japanese POV, which talks about culture in a way that the West doesn't even really understand. Yeah, like in a lot of, for instance, a lot of Studio Ghibli and like Miyazaki's work has a lot of political, as in it's very there's a lot of environmentalism throughout any number of those pieces, and about how like man's control of nature and technology has corrupted something pure. Like that's a very persistent theme in a lot of Studio Ghibli work. In a lot of Japanese, you want to talk about something political that features in a lot of Japanese work is the influence of the atomic bombs and that sort of cultural shock that was to the Japanese people. And that's why there's a lot of like doomsday events or various things in a lot of anime movies and shows that are kind of like subtle references to the atomic bombs being dropped. Hamoud says, what about Attack on Titan or Code Geass? Blau? Like, yeah, I would say like Code Geass is a much more politically, like the entire premise of the show is the political intrigue of the resistance of the Japanese people against the Britannia Empire, and then about, you know, Lelouch becoming an emperor, you know, whatever. Like, but I think the question is already really silly if someone's like, is anime political? My counterpoint to that question, Blau, do you think anime is political? My counterpoint is, do you think books are political? Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Some of them are slightly. Some of them are mostly. Like, yeah, Sir Hype's like, imagine reading, nerd. You know what I mean? Like, Sir Hype, you be at TwitchCon? I think again, I feel like, oh my God, Sir Hype. Do you want to come to my meet and greet? Hell yeah. No, but like chat, like you guys hear what I'm saying where I'm like, I think the degree to which something is political is like, I think the question, is this thing political or not, is like, that baffles my mind. It's like, to what degree is it political or not? You know, like a lot of literature touches on politics or socio-political concepts, right? Anyways, I'm already opening the clip queue to get you guys ready. Kimmy Claire, thanks for the 42 months. I deleted my Twitter. You know, Sir Hype, if it wasn't for the fact that I have like that do this as also part of my job. Oh, actually, sir, you know what's funny, Sir Hype? Sir Hype might be one of the people who can find out my other job. Sir Hype might actually know my other job. But no, not OnlyFans. No, my consulting work. Guys, we're going to be I need Rust clips. I want to react to the best of Rust clips, and especially if any of you guys have this stuff from Pico and Poe, I want to watch their POV. I deleted it, then immediately had to recreate. Yeah, Sir Hype. I mean, I have it for business reasons. You know, the worst part is I literally have 3 Twitter accounts. Actually, Dimoke runs one of them. Dimoke runs the Roleplay Podcast one, but yeah. Yeah, so chat, the question that everyone, I have been seeing this debate on TikTok, and I want to give my thoughts on it, which is this. Is anime or what was it? Is anime politics? What was the question again, Hamoud? It's like, anime is just a form of media. All media has a political influence. Now, sometimes it's like something has a political influence, but might not be making a direct political commentary. Other times, something is a direct political commentary. We can literally look at like video games, right? There are some video games that really don't have that much to do with politics. I mean, I could try to like bullshit you and tell you how like, I don't know, Animal Crossing is like trying to like promote capitalist like loan shark tendencies from Tom Nook, right? But technically, insofar as Animal Crossing has a system where you can go into debt to Tom Nook, therefore it was influenced by modern day politics and capitalism, technically, right? You see what I'm saying? Whereas like a very clear political video game would be BioShock. BioShock, in its nature, the nature of the founding of Rapture was based on ideas of, you know, was Ayn Rand's, you know, fucking idea. It's like if you pushed Ayn Rand into the ocean and let her build a city. That's how Rapture was made. One Piece is political. I mean, my guess is, oh, this is the clip in question. All right, you know, let's see this. Let's see what they're saying.
Which is a very political anime, Connor.
That's okay. Well,
It is a very political
what?
anime.
You told me One Piece is very political.
Yes.
What aspect?
Oh my God, yes, I love this. Okay. This is gonna piss off everybody, but I'm so right about this, even though like I'm okay, first of all, again, maybe a little bit too long as an arc. He's quite literally about like, you know, indigenous populations being removed from their land and like violently trying to you know, find autonomy and emancipation through, you know, through violent means directly against like an enemy that is much more powerful than them. That is like, you know, that's like a land back movement, which is inherently very political, very leftist.
I feel like I watched a different. I read a different.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to describe this to him. He's like, "What are you talking about?" It's
I was
about
like, man, I saw funny gum man.
Yeah.
kill
No,
bad
One
guy.
Piece is about having fun with your friends and being free.
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
I mean, first of all, Luffy is a terrorist. I mean, he is. I mean, he literally is. He's fighting.
I hate that you're kind of right.
Yes,
I fucking hate that you're kind of right.
Yeah, he is a freedom fighter in the most like honorable sense of the word.
I think Hassan is wrong here. I think Hassan is doing something where you are taking your own politics and your own interpretation of the world, and you are then forcing it and pressing it upon a piece of media without actually asking the original creators and writers. So now you want me to be, listen, I'll call Hassan out on this. Now what you're doing is you are west-washing a piece of Japanese media, and you are basically ascribing your ideas of political struggle and pressing it upon One Piece when that was not the author's original intent. So I actually think that
He is
that's
quite
the
literally
politics I
fighting
see
against
here.
an unjustifiable, corrupt military apparatus that is like holding the entire world hostage, the world government and the Navy. He's literally killing cops. Like he's killing sea cops, and motherfuckers are like, no, that's not politics. What do you mean? That's just like gum man having fun.
I mean, the thing is, like, I remember you saying this yesterday when we were having dinner, and I was just like, I think with One Piece, just because of the art style and just the way things are, haha, funny rubber man. Of course, you know, you can take it at that level, and it's still very, very interesting stories. But if you break down some of the stuff that happens, half of it is Luffy going up against a corrupt government or corrupt.
So, yeah, if the question is, do I think One Piece is political? I think what they are doing is they are taking Western discussions of politics and pushing them on this show. Is what they're saying wrong? No, it's not necessarily wrong. But now this is one where I'm like, I don't know if their interpretation would agree with the original writer's interpretation. Because insofar as like you make a show about pirates and you're like, oh, the pirates go against a government navy, right? Like, think about it the other way. Can I then make a show about pirates without including all of this political jargon in it? And it's like, well, maybe they just had the idea of the pirates are rebelling against authoritarian force, right? I weirdly enough, I'm going to be honest, the way Hassan talks about this, I feel like Hassan is forcing his politics onto One Piece. That's the way it sounds to me. Now, maybe the creator of One Piece is like, yes, absolutely. This was the exact struggle I wanted to convey when I wrote One Piece. You see what I'm saying? Conversely, and again, I feel like if you were to talk to the writers of Code Geass and you were to ask them about why they chose to portray the struggle of Lelouch against Britannia, they would be way more likely to cite actual political influence and stuff in the creation of Code Geass, if that makes sense, chat. Otherwise, what you're doing is you're doing the thing that I used to do in English class where I would read some chapter and then, or I wouldn't even read the chapter. I'd skim through it and then the teacher would call on me and ask me to explain it. And I just bullshit a bunch of stuff that author never intended. And it wasn't really alluding to at all, but some dumbass English major just fucking made it up what it was about. We all did that in English class, you know? Here's a, all right. Well, One Piece is a fantastical adventure. Creator Ikiro Oda integrates these political ideas to provide a meaningful narrative that encourages viewers to reflect on their own values and the societies they live in. Absolutely. And I'm sure, like, that's the other thing is like, I don't like that it's like One Piece is political or One Piece is not political. It's somewhat political. There's certainly political messages in it. And you can take those political messages however you want. For instance,
I love this. Okay.
if you're Hassan, this is how you're going to. What's funny about this, chat, is it's literally up to your interpretation. Of course, when somebody as I don't mean to say Hassan's politics rotted, but when some guy who literally just lives and breathes politics and and has to siphon through a million tweets about the most horrific political violence going on in our world 24/7, when he watches One Piece, he's probably going to think this.
I'm gonna piss off everybody, but I'm so right about this, even though I'm okay. First of all, again, maybe a little bit too long as an arc. He's quite literally about indigenous populations being removed from their land and violently trying to find autonomy and emancipation through violent means.
Google essentially says it's only about politics. This is an AI response from Google, Calamity Farms, because you asked what you asked. In fact, Calamity Farms, I'm going to clock you here. You asked, is One Piece political? And so the AI then answered you and said, yes, One Piece is a deeply political work using Of course it's going to answer it that way. Everything is a deeply political work when you ask AI it, because guess what? What do you think AI is going to, chat, you need to understand how AI is going to work. It is going to search for all the people that wrote about how One Piece is political. But it's not going to look for the counterfactual because no one's writing that One Piece isn't political. Does that make sense? Yes, you wrote, is One Piece political? And guess what it did? It went and, bro, think about it. What would AI do? It's going to comb all of the Reddit accounts, all of the news articles, everything where someone wrote a thesis about why One Piece is political. But no college student is like, I'm going to write a thesis about how One Piece isn't political. Does that make sense? See, for instance, if I Google, is Winnie the Pooh political? Yes, Winnie the Pooh has become a symbol used in political commentary, particularly in China. You see what I'm saying? You can ask it if anything is fucking political, and it's going to answer yes. Oh my God. While not overtly a political story, Demon Slayer has been interpreted as having political subtext, particularly its portrayal of the Demon Slayer Corps as a militaristic hierarchical organization during Japan's Taisho era. You literally cannot Google something and it won't be political. Yes, the Powerpuff Girls can be considered political because it explores themes of feminism, gender roles, and class, with some academic critiques highlighting how the show's villains, through radicalized anthropomorphism, perpetuate racist and classist messages, thereby supporting a white middle-class patriarchal society. So the reason why you need to understand why anytime you search if something is political is you need to understand how AI works. This is actually a broader thing that chat should understand. You guys have to understand that when you are searching this stuff and getting an AI response, what it is finding is it's finding all the references to this thing, Powerpuff Girls, and political. There is not going to be a counterfactual. Think about it this way. Who goes on to Reddit or who goes on to Twitter and writes, "Here is my thesis for why Powerpuff Girls is not political." That makes no sense. People only write these commentaries, these essays, in the positive of it and trying to find political or socio-political meaning within the media. So you're always going to get that answer from AI. Right? Like, I think a Wake Up has a much better take. What are the main themes of the anime One Piece? The main themes in One Piece include friendship, the pursuit of dreams, freedom versus oppression. That is a political concept. Adventure, justice, and morality. These are also, but it's like maybe only like half of it really explores it. Maybe it's a little bit like the fight against a corrupt system. But most of One Piece is more of a tale of friendship and adventure. There's political undertones, sure, but I think the degree to which One Piece is political, that Hassan thinks it's political, is a reach. There you go. I think Hassan is reaching. He's reaching. He's reaching. And again, it's like I think people are looking for. I think this is this weird thing in media where it's like people are like, it's either political or it's not political. That's just not how the world. Like, stop thinking of the world in fucking binaries, chat. Holy shit! Like, that's the key. The world is just not black and white. Okay, it's not. Something is not political, nor is it apolitical. It's probably some mix. Okay, just What about Gundam? Gundam is for instance, okay, here's a great example. Which is more political? Maybe you should ask it that way. Which is more overtly political, One Piece or Gundam? Absolutely Gundam. Absolutely Gundam. Because they literally refer to the Gundam pilots, or they refer to Hiro Yui as a terrorist, even within the context of of its own show. They refer to the acts of terror of, like, if we're talking Gundam Wing, they literally refer, to the colonies trying to gain their independence. They refer to acts of mass terror, the idea of whatever the operation is, where they were going to drop a colony on Earth. It's much more overtly political. So I think a better thing is, if you want to give me a list of animes, I will tell you how political or apolitical they are. Is One Piece more political than, say, Demon Slayer? Yes. Death Note is way more political, though, than One Piece. Death Note is more of like a philosophical politics, maybe less like overt structures, but much more like Death Note's way more political than One Piece. So maybe a better question is, let's ask if Hamtaro is political. Is Hamtaro political? Oh, the first one we got no. Guys, Hamtaro is not political. Thanks, Google. First one we got a no for. So I guess here's the thing. The question is, which shows, I think any large complete works would contain political aspects, otherwise the story would be weak. Yeah, exactly. So I think a better question for Hassan is, which animes are more or less political than One Piece? I would argue there's a lot more animes that are more overtly political than One Piece. Code Geass, Gundam Wing, Death Note. Some of the most popular ones are way more political. Whose jersey is this? Chicago Blackhawks. Oh, Attack on Titan. Yeah, I would argue like probably some of the most popular animes of all time are way more political than One Piece. Name every One Piece character. Well, there's One Piece, the character. I'm kidding. Yeah, are we talking the main crew or all of them? We'll never know all of them. But chat, are we good on the topic of anime and politics? How much One Piece have you seen / read? I think I've watched probably a total of like 20-ish episodes. So what, like 1%? All right, clips time. Oh, this is after he was shot down.
Oh boy.
Oh! Oh!
Watch out. I'm out of ammo? Okay, that's fine. I don't know if it destroys it though. Oh, then no, that might be destroyed.
Watching a few POVs back. So I want you guys to know, Golden Crest, I think Golden Crest was going to win the fight no matter what. I think we were going to win the event. I think the reason why Golden Crest won the event so decisively was the result of a few things. First of all, and I'm not trying to self-glaze here, I genuinely think me and Pico, like the fact that I came to Pico and I was like, hey, let's build an Air Force and let's just get this ready because we're going to have to spread out. I watched, dude, Iron Fang did not leave their base. They were not ready for us. We were able to immediately move out, establish positions and scouting everywhere because we had 20 mini copters ready to go. We had 20 ready to go. They were having to buy new scrap helis, buy new helicopters. They just weren't nearly as fast. So there's the overall strategy is what let us win. And then there are also two specific incidents that let us win. Actually, a couple like small little micro incidents that let us win really, really quickly. Number one, I can't explain how important it is that Ryan just won his fight at L10 and basically just secured L10 like that snow base. Like Ryan winning that was huge. Pico and Poe basically went demon time and hunted down every single helicopter from Iron Fang. Iron Fang basically didn't have the skies until the last second when they had to send up they literally had to send H-June up in a helicopter to try to take down ours. And they only were able to take down a few of our helicopters right when they then lost the entire thing. But there is a really funny and important incident. Another like really funny and important incident for why Golden Crest won was right here. It's actually when I took Foolish out, me and Foolish happened to run across a scrap helicopter carrying a bunch of Iron Fang, and we took out that scrap helicopter. I went down, I died. Foolish lived though, did some crazy jukes and stuff and survives, and then takes out this second scrap helicopter. And all like right here is where all momentum from Iron Fang died. Galaxy said your urge to move people around was a key to our success in that event. Yeah, Galaxy, it's like I usually lock in for Rust events, but a big part of this is like I know it's not how you win standard Rust. Like it's a different game than standard Rust. And so I try to just think like, how can we just like exploit that and think like strategically? And Celine, I actually talked to Celine about this off stream. Celine did something that I loved. I think it was like Celine, Shoto, and Rainbird were like attacking AB-14, like a base that Iron Fang should have. And what Celine did was, this is what I'm talking about, psychological warfare. What Celine did, chat, was she started shooting rockets at their base. And the thing is, Celine abused the fact that Rust players see rockets and they think it's something serious. And that's why I told the random noobs who, like, people who aren't Rust pros who were in my helicopter, I was like, yo, pull out a rocket launcher and just start shooting rockets at them. Because they see rockets and they think it's more serious. and they went to go defend AB14 thinking that it was like doomsday over there and we were going to try and contest it when we weren't ever really contesting it. We were just trying to annoy them there. Yeah, the AB4 like and their helis getting shot down here. This basic like we're right at AB14 where Foolish is fighting here. And it basically made them think that this was the area that we were contesting when like we already had 3 points of the initial 5. And it was at this point, and it's like because of this, and then they're all defending here. 018 was guaranteed, and then the only other potential contest was U22. Part of Foolish's leadership is how Foolish took a communist approach where Iron Fang only what you make is yours. Let's look at Golden Crest versus Iron Fang and how it was political. Oh, the tug play was incredible too. AI is Rust Kingdoms political? But no, I need to watch this clip again. Like, yeah, wait, there was, you know what's crazy, Galaxy? I was randomly part of a first group. I forgot who I was flying. I think it was like Mochi. Chat, I was randomly flying, and we came across when they were first putting up their fob for U22. And I was part of some fight against the U22 forward operating base. It was sick. Iron Fang just didn't have grinders and big careers, and Iron Fang didn't even play. Okay. You guys want the honest take of Rust Kingdoms? Foolish was just a really good leader, and the vibes of Golden Crest were just better. I mean, chat. Listen, I tried. So when Train was the leader of Iron Fang, I tried several times to reach. I was originally going to do the Air Force stuff for Iron Fang, and I tried to meet with them and never was able to meet with them. Meanwhile, I would randomly message Foolish, and he would play along and go and meet with me. And then when I pitched the idea, he said, "Yeah, fuck it, do it." And they thought it was a smart idea. Foolish was just down for it. What is this? Iron Fang was funny to watch since there was so much drama in there. Yeah, Foolish was just kind of yes-anding everything. I also think if you genuinely, the funny thing is if you genuinely look at who was on each team for the final fight, I believe Iron Fang still had more Rust pros for the final fight. Day one, when Leslie heard Train talking about our peers and her whole demeanor changed, I knew it was cooked. PG-13 server, exactly. I'm not talking about overall numbers. I'm talking about who had the more. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to get for Galaxy. I'm saying who had more like Rust pros. Although even that was kind of funny when people started to define what a Rust pro is, because like I'm pretty sure like Monstera and B and a lot of the artists would have been considered Rust pros because they all have like 5,000 hours in Rust, but it's like 5,000 hours doing art in Rust. Like, I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, oh yeah, like happy breast cancer awareness month. Yeah, and by the way, chat, I was gonna say something so unhinged there. I'm so happy I didn't. Thank God. Thank God I didn't. No, chat, I mean, like, guys, look, here's the thing. The start of the day, I logged on locked in, told people about an Air Force, and then I literally was going back and forth between the guy buying helicopters, and I got an extra 10 helicopters for Pico. Did you not see the helicopter garage when the fight started? The other issue is I did a scouting mission and saw what they had. They had scrap helicopters, which were the worst thing to have. My whole plan did you guys know, did I buy a single scrap helicopter for our Air Force? No, scrap helicopters are way too slow, way too vulnerable. We're not doing some giant base raid. It was way easier to have just two people in a mini could fly way faster. And more importantly, the minis could shoot down the scrappies. I'll show my breast for breast cancer awareness. Yeah. I wish you joined Golden Crest earlier. I mean, I felt a little bad. I feel like I kind of just like piggybacked off Golden Crest at the, like, here's, I'm going to be honest. I would have felt like I was just a Golden Crest, bandwagon rider, except for the fact that I do feel like I contributed in the end. Even though I feel like I contributed enough, but like, I want to be clear. People were grinding for Golden Crest for a week and farming for them and keeping the vibes up. I think I just barely did enough by telling them the end game strategy and all that stuff. I did my job at the end, but like, I was not with them for a lot of like the hardship, But again, it's like I kind of had no choice because I was just role playing. I was role playing that I had a vision to create an Air Force. That was it. Anyways, I want to see this again.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean, like, Jennifer's in the chat. Do you know what's really funny? It was like Jennifer was one of the. Also, Jennifer did it in such a funny way. It was my first, I think it was a tier 2 airdrop I called down. And Jennifer didn't even like grief me, didn't shoot me. Literally just ran up, stole a Tommy gun from it, and ran away. And then that made for the funniest arc where I would just go and attack Golden Crest for days because of the honey debt that they owed. And then the best was when Foolish finally was like, okay, what the fuck do you want to stop throwing B grenades at us? Jennifer, I don't know if you saw this, but I went up to us. I was like, I want a Tommy gun. And he was like, and this was like, I think like when tier 3 had been unlocked. And he was like, what? Oh yeah, Jennifer, it was like days later when he finally paid me the Tommy gun. But also, I listen, the other thing, chat, for like why it was fun to join Golden Crest, why I kind of also decided it was, I'm going to be honest, I did grief Golden Crest for an entire week. In fact, I saw someone on Twitter even wrote that while Iron Fang was like arguing and they had like the split in their, the civil war and a split in their kingdom and all this shit was going on. I saw someone on Twitter write like, while all this is going on, Golden Crest's biggest enemy is Blau and throwing bees at them. Like that's their biggest op right now is literally just Blau terrorizing them. That off stream day, I wasn't even streaming. I cannot tell you guys how many fucking bee grenades I just griefed Golden Crest with. I was a fucking menace to them. And so in the end, I was like, okay, it'd be kind of poetic to then go and help them for the final day, right? I was also like, I didn't want to seem like I was like very convinced. Here's the thing. I wasn't just convinced that this system, that it was going to be multiple, because I know how Abe thinks, and Abe's like actually pretty smart and knows like how to like take feedback and like build things for better. That's why I even agreed with him that like probably the timers on these should have been longer. I don't think 30 minutes, but like maybe 10 minutes. It's just they weren't contested enough. But it wasn't that I thought this would be the end game. It's that I had a very clear vision for how to win then, which was you just get everyone up in the air and get people moving places really fast. I mean, Yeah, so of the Wolves said 10 minutes would have been fine. Apparently, Iron Fang was 5 seconds. Yeah, they were really close actually on, I think, U22 right at the end. They were close. But like, again, I watched just like a few POVs. I also watched Abe's POV. When it was like Iron Fang started moving out of their base 10 minutes before the points unlocked. Golden Crest was already all across the map. We were everywhere. I like at the end of the day, it could have been 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It didn't matter. We were just we were way too prepared and way too ahead. We even had a thing where like we quickly met and we were sort of like, hey, let's just play it by ear. And like, I mean, I'd be really curious to see what the team chat of Iron Fang looked like. I'm pretty sure if you looked at our team chat, you had Sinks, who was the main commander, directing people everywhere. And then I was just doing check-ins. I don't know if you guys saw this. I would constantly be, just to like make sure we weren't getting backdoored or saying, I'd be like, yo, L whatever, 8, check-in. M22, check-in. Like, hey, all calm here, all good here. And that's when and then Sinks would take that information and then start moving people to other places to reinforce. Like, man, it was beautiful. And that was the other thing was like, I also think that I think it helped that you basically had Sinks take the role as commander. And then you had a bunch of other people as like micro commanders underneath him, like myself. Celine was calming for the capture of M22. And like, I don't know. I like, if you want, like what I'd encourage people to look at, if you want to see organization, just from what I saw, look at the like literally get a log of the team chat of Iron Fang and a log of the team chat of Golden Crest during the event. And then you'll realize it didn't come down to how long the capture points were, who had more people, who had more Rust Bros. Like one team was just clearly way more organized and prepared.
It's almost locked. It's almost locked.
Oh,
It's a scrappy.
This was
That's
beautiful.
a scrappy.
Oh.
This
Get
was
ready to
so
shoot it
fucking
again.
sick.
Reload.
Oh.
Yes, reload. Minigun. Fuck him up.
Oh my god, dude, this was sick.
Dude, oh my goodness. Oh my.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let him know.
Wait,
King
we gotta get out. We
Foolish.
gotta get out.
Let him know.
Get out, get out, get out.
I just took a really unlucky headshot there.
Very good driving. Very good driving, I think. Are you alive?
I was like, so during this, I was like 90% sure I was going to get killed because I had to turn the heli around to protect Foolish. So I was like 90% sure I was going to get killed. So I tried to like lower it so that if I died, he wouldn't, die. No, I died. You can see me die right here. I turned it. So our heli. Our heli is to the side right here, and I basically turned it so it would protect Foolish, and then I knew I'd go down.
Let him know.
Wait,
King
we gotta get out. We
Foolish.
gotta get out.
Let him know.
Get out, get out, get out.
So we didn't have we didn't have heavy armor. Are you alive? Yeah, he has so much HP. Like, watch, you'll see me die.
Very good driving, I think. Are you alive?
Where do you see me fall out? Like right here. Yeah, there.
Oh, very good driving. Very good driving, I think. Are you alive?
And then him living.
Oh my god.
But what's crazy is he had 125 health left. I got fucking obliterated. Yeah, honestly, it was better. Then he got his hero moment,
Dude, they're gonna get the bank. What do we do?
Tarjan. Where the fuck am I? Tarjan did not even get on the boat. Oh!
No, Tarjan.
Tarjan! Oh. Tarjan don't like so many trees.
Pablo said, I know I saw you on the battlefield. I had to kill you. Yeah. Whatever. Listen, what I bring, you guys know I'm fucking Papega at Rust. I don't know why I'm so fucking ass at shooting in Rust. I've never gotten good at it. The one thing I bring is I bring vibes and I bring strategy. I fucking love bringing strategy into Rust. Man, I will say it felt pretty fucking good to not only be right about what the end event was, but also to like have the. But again, it's like I don't want to like glaze too much with also like being able to be like, hey, like the fact that Pico had a million like scrap and had a garage set up made it so I was like, oh, like let's just go buy a million fucking minis.
In my way.
That shit was sick.
Are you okay?
Yeah, Target 5.
You ragdolled in front of me.
He's actually just Fortniting out here.
Wait, you just got owned. Wait, you're actually getting owned.
He's playing. He's cranking 90s.
How much fucking math does this guy have? Yo, this guy got a whole base of materials.
Oh shit!
Shoots you in the kneecap so you can't move anymore? Oh.
Whoa! Yep.
I got you. I'll defend this fucking base.
Okay. So I will say, based off this Rust event, and I need to reach out, I guess, to maybe Rustoria or Face Punch or whatever. I will tell you guys, chat. I would like to. I don't know if I mean, I'll reach out to Abe too because I'm down to partner with Abe on it. I would like to create some Rust servers and events. I do want to do this. My idea is to do some shorter ones that are maybe a little bit more role play, like a little bit less Rust, a little bit more role play focused. And here's one of my inspirations. One of my inspirations is I feel like one of the things that, well, yeah, Abe is spent. Abe needs a break, so I'm down to step up. One of the things I really liked that he did about Rust Kingdoms was it was themed and it kind of moved things a little bit away from vanilla Rust. So I will say what I'm thinking and cooking up is not. I think vanilla Rust enjoyers will not like as much. I think more of the like role play variety people will like more. This is a great example of it. I won't do Rust Kingdoms, right? Because I'm going to do some other stuff. So let me explain. So I'm not doing Rust Kingdoms, but if I was to do a more like Kingdom style thing, my server, imagine like a 3 to 5 day server. So only 3, 4, or 5 days. But now imagine this. See this wall? No metal. I would do a server that is prim only with the thing I'd miss seeing. We never saw battering rams, the fucking siege towers, catapult. I would do a prim only swords, spears, bow and arrow, crossbow. I would actually fully commit to the theming of medieval shit with castles, right? That's what I would do. Now, it doesn't mean that like that's the only thing I would do for a server. For instance, you know, people were talking about, oh my God, the server, if you were to do a flooded server, I actually think a really cool, speaking of One Piece, I think a really cool server idea for a couple of days would be to do a much more like water-based server. Like think like more water world, like small little patches of island, pirate kings controlling islands, like much more themed sort of stuff. Another one that I cooked up was imagine a map that's entirely desert. And it's all like, it's much more like car caravan focused. Think like Mad Max Fury Road, Fallout New Vegas style. I would want to do much more of like a themed server. Yeah. The boat update comes out in November. Oh, say less. Oh, if the boat update comes out in November, let me go talk. I will literally go talk to Face Punch and I'll do a Waterworld pirate one. That'd be amazing. Or, yeah, Kato's saying Pirates mode? No, dude, chat, give me a reason to do Pirate RP. Don't, and here's the thing, I wouldn't have there be, like, how cool would it be if there wasn't miniguns and AKs? What if the most advanced gun was like a single shot, like fucking blunderbuss, and a lot of the combat was swashbuckling swords and like shooting cannons from ships? That would be fucking awesome. Like, give me Sea of Thieves, but in Rust. And then you have like these little wooden pirate bases and we go and try to collect treasure. Like, fuck. End stream and call face punch. Hold on, let me see where we are. Speaking of roleplay podcast, wait. But anyways, that's what I would kind of like. Yeah, I'm getting horny. Yeah, I mean, like, I would want to do more. A pirate one would be fucking incredible. Okay, hold on. What is Dimmock tell? What is Dimmock messaging me? Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like I don't want to intrude on what Abe's doing though. So like I would want to talk to Abe and be like, "Yo, what are you doing?" So I don't want to step on Abe's toes. But that being said, like I don't think Abe's like Abe does awesome stuff. I mean like other people can also make servers, and I want to make like maybe a more. Like, I think Abe does kind of go for like a mix between role play and like Twitch Rivals whereas like I would kind of want to try to go more for like a role play one where like the winning the server is more defined by how the players choose to win the server, if that makes sense. But like for instance, if I reach out to Abe and Abe's like, "Oh, I'm already planning to do a water pirate themed one." Oh, cool. Then I'm gonna go do desert Mad Max then or something like that. Okay, hold on. What do I do? Chatterbot. Okay, what the fuck do I do? What is this? I almost just leaked this. Oh shit. What is the password for this? Oh, I found the password. Hold on. Join room with camera. Hold on. Dimmock, I just fucked my shit. Oh no. Oh no. Dimmock! I can't. This is why I can't do it live, Dimmock. I can't do it. I sent him a screenshot of this fucker. I knew this was gonna. This is why you don't do production live, Dimmock. This is why we don't do production live. Fuck, I have to fix this. Hold on. Let me exit this shit. Leave. Okay, hold on. Now I have to think how to fix this. You look great, man. I hate Dimmock. This motherfucker. Okay, hold on. Camera, properties, deactivate, activate. Fix it. I'm a fucking legend. Have you guys ever seen this? The triple cam? Wait, this is not it. Hold on. Is this the song? No, it is this one. Here we go. How's the dance go again? How's the dance go again? Ding 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 dun dun ding 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 dun dun dun. Say put and ding ding. Something like that. Oh, and then this part. Ay, ay, ay. All right.
You son of a bitch.
Can we please do the janky version, please?
What? It's so quick to set up this new.
I
version.
already fucked it up. Can I hate doing things live. I hate
Okay.
doing things live. Please.
Okay.
I
okay,
already
but
fucked
then,
it up.
But Blau,
I
then
promise.
you promised me before the next podcast we actually do this because I've been trying to do this for weeks.
Okay, I promise.
Okay, Chatterbox, you can exit out of the other thing.
Yeah, get the fuck out of there. Guys, we were just talking about wait, why is my mic so low? Hello? Hello? Wait, is my mic really low? Hello?
It sounds fine to me. Yeah, it sounds fine to me too.
No, I was looking at my OBS and it got really low and I don't know why.
Weird. Definitely not my fault, in case you were curious.
It might have I think it might have been your fault. There we go. It happened when you turned blue. Bro, I'm telling you, Dimmock just fucked me. Dimmock just ruined eons of RP with that one command.
Chatterbox got in. He's like, "Oh, this is so easy. This is so nice."
It was, and then I'm like, wait.
Wait, back to hell.
There's things I didn't think about here. Now I gotta remember how to do this. Window capture.
Yeah,
right.
and then you have to turn on your virtual cam. Yeah,
Virtual
we're gonna
camera,
it'll be
right.
good for the next one. Okay, listen, why the fact that we
Jesus Christ.
for all those joining us from watching Rust clips, we're now discussing roleplay, which also will include. I want to talk a little bit to you guys about Rust roleplay, but we have a lot to discuss on. We have a lot to cover on the podcast today, guys. A lot to catch up on. I didn't even do an intro for it. Oh my god, you look great. Did you get a haircut?
Wow. A long time ago. It's growing back now.
Oh well, never mind. Glaze alert. See, I did it for you. Timo.
Please alert. Pull that up.